Hello, everyone. I'm Amy Vanderoff, and next up, I am joined by Rajean Moseley-LaRue. She is with Innovative Wellness Consultants. Hello, Rajean.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm so excited to talk to you and learn more about your experience in the medical field. Before we talk about what you are consultants for and more about your company, let's start with you. What are you all about? Where did you come from? And how did you kind of make your process through the medical industry?
Well, I am a practicing physician assistant for the last 29 years. And I started off doing family practice for about 15 years, and I segued into brain and spine surgery, where I worked at about 16 different facilities doing brain and spine surgery with multiple physicians. And then I became a mom, and through that process, my child was diagnosed with autism. So my journey sort of led me in a different pathway. Um, Through various reasons, I ended up sort of seeking out more holistic technologies for my son, because really what I wanted to do was not just get him through life, but to heal him. And so I began a healing journey for my son. And that's sort of where it led me to today. My sister and I created a spa where we created and put in multiple modalities. And one of the things that we found was ozone and how it changes people's lives. And so it's built from there. But basically, that's sort of where I started, was just to find holistic things for our kids out there that have autism, for our kids out there that are vaccine damaged, for our kids out there that, for whatever reason, they're sick. And, also not just kids, everybody. But really, it just became personal.
Thank you for sharing that with us. I can see that. So as a physician's assistant, did you see that there was a lack of resources, a lack of innovation in this space that you are now called to, that you're now in, that you felt like you just needed to create this space yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I really felt like I was doing all the work as a mom. I felt like when I went to the doctor, especially my pediatrician, basically what they wanted to do was just put my child in a facility for ABA therapy and leave him there for years, and teach him to read like flashcards over and over again for remote memorization. And I knew that that's not what he needed. So definitely there's a lack out there for the correct modalities that is going to truly help our children and truly help them be the best that they can be. So yeah, absolutely. I felt like I was on my own.
Well, don't mess with a mom on a mission. I love that, and sometimes it takes something, the necessity is the mother of invention, right? So it takes something personal. It takes something that's very close to home for you to say, we are lacking, we can do better, and I can help my son, and then I can help other moms and dads who are navigating in this space. So talk about ozone and talk about what you have seen in this technology.
Well, ozone is a really cool modality. There's not a lot of things. Well, let me back up. So when we look at modalities that go after, I don't want to say the word healing, but when we look at modalities that go after the root cause, there's not a lot that actually addresses the lymphatic system, and ozone is definitely one of those things. So there's a few things. There's hyperbaric chambers, there's vaginal insufflation, and there's transdermal ozone, and those things go after the lymphatics. And when in traditional medicine, when we treat an infection, we're treating infections through the circulatory system. So we're given antibiotics that go in through an IV. But really, if we look at root causes, if you have cancer and it's in the lymphatic system, or if you have, just say, tonsillitis or strep throat, look at your tonsils and your lymph nodes that get enlarged in the back of your throat. We really need to be focusing on lymphatics, and transdermal ozone does that. So that's sort of where we went with ozone, because we want to detox the body. And so looking at ozone, what we decided to do is utilize ozone in a way where it didn't matter what you have, whether you have a cold or the flu, whether you have heavy metals, whether you have autism or Lyme or cells that, that proliferate abnormally, that you could utilize ozone in a manner where it helps anybody and everybody out there.
This is fascinating because when you think about changing life and destiny and preventative measures, this is something not only when the need is great, when you're in crisis mode, when you're suffering, when you have a diagnosis, but this is a technology we all should be informed about, it sounds like, and we should all be incorporating in our lives. Is that right?
Absolutely. There's really there's very few contraindications to ozone, and I won't go into those on this show, but yeah, absolutely. There's a way for anybody and everybody to use ozone in their lives. We can insufflate it in the ears. We can use it transdermally in a sauna. We can bag people with it. You could do rectal ozone. You can do vaginal ozone. Matter of fact, we did an IRB on infertility with vaginal insufflation with ozone, and are published online if people want to look that up. But lots of cool things you can do with ozone.
It sounds like it. Okay, so how do you act as consultants now to help others?
So we have partnered with a really cool company, and together we bring the awareness of devices, be it ozone, whatever it is that we have on the table, to the masses. So what we do is we invent, we create, we manufacture, and we bring to the masses these devices so we can train, and we have trained hundreds of doctors in the United States and actually all over the world on how to bring holistic modalities into their practice so that they can encompass these things even with their traditional practices that they have and get better outcomes. But basically, it's just a way to for us to educate doctors who want to be educated. And really honestly, as a practicing provider myself for 29 years, you get out of school and you think, I know it all, right? And I've been shown all of it and I'm going to go tackle the world. But really, we know nothing. So every day that I can learn something new, I'm excited about, because there's so much to learn.
I love that sentiment. We should all be very interested in continuing to learn, especially in this field. It's been really great chatting with you, Rajean. Where can we find out more information?
Can I say one more thing? Because this is really important. We have actually partnered with a Dr. Mark Bardis, who is in New Jersey for the Institute for Complementary and Alternative Medicine. And we've created a program which he'll be talking in the master class, and it's based on ozone and hormones. And what he's found, and he calls it the heart program. I really want to say this because it's so important, but he, and I'm going to look at my notes here, he combines hormone, endocrine, adrenal, and rejuvenative therapy all together with ozone. And we've labeled it as a partnership, Holozone. And so when you have cell signaling and you utilize the hormones with ozone, you literally can change lives. So I would love to see everybody tune in for that. We're innovativewellnessconsultants.com. They're currently working on that website, but that should be up soon. And our phone number is 501-2-REFIRE, REFIRE, 501-273-3473. And we would be happy to have everybody check us out.
I am so glad that you got in that last little soundbite about Dr. Mark Bardis, because that is fascinating information. He'll be speaking at that masterclass at the conference, like you said, and truly wonderful what you're doing in the space in the medical field. It was really nice chatting with you.
Thank you so much. You too. Have a great day.
You too.